welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the iSteady V2 AI smartphone gimbal from Hohem. This is it right here. It is an auto tracking device. It is a gimbal. It is a tripod. It does camera tricks and time lapse. It tilts, it zooms, it pans, it rolls, it tracks your face. It has a built-in LED light with 3 different levels. It's got a selfie stick attachment that you can add to the bottom to give yourself better selfies. The iSteady V2 is a very compact device. It all fits in a little felt bag, or you can keep it in the box, which has nice little compartments for everything. And you know what? It's not too expensive either. What more could you need? To set it up, all you have to do is unsnap it, expand the arm, and tighten down the knob. Put your phone in the base with your camera facing to the left, and then hit the power button and hold it down. You can then set up an account on the Hohem app and pair your phone to the app. And as always, everything we're talking about here, I have links to down below, so make sure you check those out. What I love about this is that it is an auto tracking device similar to a PivoPod, and Hohem also has their own auto tracking device similar to a PivoPod. This does lots of different camera movements. You can pan, you can tilt, you can roll, and you can zoom. Other tracking devices like the PivoPod only pan, so this is really great. If you don't understand the terms pan, tilt, and roll, I suggest you watch this video that I have about camera movements. The other thing I like about it is that it's a gimbal, so you can have very smooth cinematic shots that don't have a lot of bumps and jumps in them. You can run with this, walk with it, talk with it, and it will keep you in the shot and nice and smooth. So let's take this little puppy for a ride here. We're gonna do some walking and running. Let's try running. So I'm running now. I'm gonna move around my house and I'm gonna make a bunch of movement. I'm gonna jump up and down, and I'm gonna tilt down, and I'm gonna go back up. And see, the camera kind of does a really good job of following my face. Now the Hohem app comes with all these fun little camera modes. The modes are really kind of cool. They add little bits of music to them so you can quickly throw together a fun little video and throw it up on TikTok. You can do a Dolly zoom, for instance, or an Inception roll. Or you can just roll from side to side. You can also do object tracking by pushing this button over here and drawing a frame around the object you want to track, like that, and then it will automatically track that object. I really like to do time-lapse photography. Any device that allows me to make great time-lapses is awesome. If you use the Hohem app to do your time-lapse, you can set up to 5 different points where the camera will face. So you can do things like panning and tilting up and down, and even going back and forth. And you can set it to do it in real time, or you can set it to do time-lapse over a period of time. And also you can use your slow motion on your camera to make some really fun, smooth, slow motion shots. The gimbal can be flipped upside down so you can get some low angle shots as well. You can use the iSteady without that app because all the tracking is done with this little camera up here, not from your phone's camera and the app. Other products require you to have the app open and shoot from the app because that's what's doing all the face tracking, but not this. Let's talk about the simple interface on the iSteady. There are 2 buttons and a thumb pad. The zoom button on the side allows you to zoom in and out. Now the shutter button, a single press will take a photo or start or end recording. A double press will switch between photo and video modes. And a triple press will switch between the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera, but that will only work in the Hohem app. A long press on the function button will turn the power on or off. A single press will switch from landscape mode to vertical mode. A double press will recenter the gimbal if it gets a little bit off. A triple press will put you in Inception mode. There's a couple indicator lights as well. There's the battery indicator, which is 3 little white dots that indicates the strength of the battery. And then there's the Bluetooth light. The iSteady comes with a USB charging port, but it can also be used as a power bank to power your phone if it runs out of battery. One of the cool things about the iSteady is that you can use gestures to tell your camera what to do. Check it out. There's 4 hand signals that you can use to control your camera while you're shooting. You can do the thumbs up, which moves your camera into landscape mode. You can do the 2 side like this, which turns your camera into vertical mode. And then if you do an OK symbol, the camera will start to auto track your face. And if you go like this, that means it will stop tracking you. And now I can walk off of the frame and the camera doesn't move. Now if I go like this, it starts tracking my face and it'll move and it will tilt down and it will come back up again and it will follow me all over. You can't go all the way around, but you can go pretty dang far. All right, so I'm gonna stop it and you'll see that we are not tracking. Now, if I want to go into vertical mode, I just do this symbol and it tilts me up into vertical mode. And still, the camera will follow me even though I'm in vertical mode now. If I stop, it will stop. 2 thumbs up will put me back into landscape mode. And there you have it. Now your phone doesn't even need to be on for the camera tracking to work because it all happens in the built-in camera. Let's talk about the selfie stick. It's like a little magic wand. You screw this on the bottom in place of the tripod that came with it, and then you extend it out like this, and then you bend up the end like that, whatever angle you want it at. Now, I normally have really long arms, but this will give you a nice, long, extended body shot. I can get pretty much a full body shot like this. I can switch from camera, video mode to photo mode. It does have an extra button here in the middle called the mode button, and that allows you to lock the gimbal into certain modes. A single press will put you in pan and tilt mode, where the camera will pan and tilt up. A double press will keep it restricted to just panning. So it will follow you, but it will just pan and not tilt. A triple press will lock the camera in a certain direction, so it won't tilt or pan at all. 4 presses will put you in quadratic mode, which will be kind of an all follow everything, roll, tilt, pan, everything. So the selfie stick acts as a nice long tall tripod, which is really great for self-tape auditions because you can just set it on a table like this and you can have it track you wherever you go. It's super lightweight, super easy to set up. You don't even need to bust out a tripod. The selfie stick is sold separately. Again, I have links down below. So let's talk about the negative aspects of this thing, and there aren't many. I really like this device. One thing is that the gimbal does not go all the way around 360. It's about 270 degrees from side to side, but it does have a stop on it, so you can't do like revolving shots. The selfie stick and even the gimbal itself can get a little heavy in your hand because the weight is up here where your phone is, and if you have this thing extended out and you're holding it for a long period of time, your wrists can get really sore. So just be aware that you're not going to want to use this for extended shoots. And one more drawback is that the buttons on the Hohem itself are really simple, pretty easily laid out, really easy to understand. The buttons on the selfie stick differ completely. You would think that they would sort of try to mimic the same buttons on it, but they're kind of a whole different thing. And sometimes you have to press, single press, double press, triple press, quadruple press, and sometimes 7 times presses. And with all the different buttons on there, it sometimes gets a little confusing to remember, how do I record? How do I switch to this mode? How do I do all those things? Now, it's really not that difficult. Once you've used it a little bit, it'll all come to you. But at first I had to like check the manual several times to go like, how is this different than this? So I really like this product. It's well built, it feels good in your hand, it does 3-axis auto tracking, time lapse, all kinds of features. It's pretty simple interface to learn. I like that it folds up and you can just sort of put it in your pocket or a bag. It offers everything you can get from an Osmo or a Pivo Pod, and it just has a lot of fun little things built into it. It's pretty easy to use, and you definitely can't beat the price. I definitely recommend getting the selfie stick, even though it can get a little heavy in your hand. It's fun to be able to bring it out and angle it however you want. You can set it up and use the selfie stick as a tripod for self-tape auditions. And if you're interested, I have links down below. You can pick one up for yourself or as a gift for somebody else. Thanks again for joining me today. A shout out to my Patreon sponsors, and we will see you on the next video.